Are you looking to make a move to the Seattle area and you're considering some of the cities on the east side like Bellevue and Redmond, and you want to compare and contrast and see which one might be best for you? In today's video, I'm going over just that, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Bryce Greenleaf. I'm a local real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area, and I love making videos all about moving over to Seattle, what it's like living in Seattle and its suburbs, and just about buying and selling homes in general over here, as I am a real estate agent. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I make a new video. Like I said, I love helping you guys out, whether you've got questions on just what it's like to live over here, what you should expect when moving over here, or some info on getting ready to buy a home over here and you want some help through that process, feel free to reach out to me here at my info on the screen. You can call, text, or email me. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you and see how I might be able to assist. But like I said, on today's video, we're going to go over both Bellevue and Redmond and compare and contrast so you can decide which one you might want to move to if those are in your considerations. All right, so let's start looking at the map here real quick and just jump in and kind of show you the location of Bellevue and Redmond in case you're not familiar. So you can see the map here. We've got Seattle right here. And so Bellevue and Redmond are considered the east side. So they are on the east side of Lake Washington. Lake Washington is what separates Seattle and the east side. So in order to get over to Bellevue and Redmond from Seattle, there's two different ways you can go. On the south side of Seattle, you can take the I-90 bridge. It takes you right into the south side of Bellevue, the Factoria area, and you can go that way. And then if you're going up to downtown Bellevue, you just head north on 405. Same with Redmond, you head north on 405 and then jump over 520 to Redmond. The other way you can go is on the north side of Seattle, which is right by the University of Washington. Right here, it's the 520 bridge. Now this is a toll bridge, so it can be great or not. If you don't want to pay a toll, then you're going to have to use the I-90 bridge, and it's going to take you a while in terms of your commute. The 520 bridge is a little bit faster. Now, it's not a night and day difference. It's not like you're going to be driving through the 520 bridge in rush hour with no traffic. There's plenty of people that still use it, but it should be a little bit quicker than the I-90 bridge for you. So that could be a good option, especially if you're living in Redmond or on the north side of Bellevue. Could be a really good option for you if you have to commute right into Seattle. But a lot of you probably won't have to commute right into Seattle. Maybe you're working right in Bellevue or Redmond or somewhere on the east side, so that's not even a consideration for you. But just so you know, this is right where Bellevue is. So Redmond versus Bellevue here, let's compare a little bit. So the population in Bellevue is just over 150,000 people, and the population in Redmond is just under 81,000 people. So Bellevue, of course, is quite a bit bigger. Bellevue is a much larger downtown area. Outside of Seattle, it's really the next biggest city over here, versus Redmond doesn't have like a large downtown area like Bellevue does. So Bellevue is a very large city. Course, has a lot more residents to it. So in Bellevue, the median residential home price is just over 1.6 million, and this has gone up almost 50% in just 12 months. Bellevue has completely exploded and is getting very expensive. Now the median condo price, there are plenty of condos in Bellevue as well. The median condo price is about $560,000 right now. And the time I'm making this video is August of 2021. So if you're watching this in 6 months, this has likely all changed, so feel free to reach out to me for an update on those median home prices if that's something you're looking for, but as of August 2021, this is what it is. Now in Redmond, the median residential home price is 1.39 million, so a little bit cheaper than Bellevue, but obviously still not cheap. And then the median condo price is $688,000. So strangely enough, yes, the condos in Redmond on average are a little bit cheaper than the condos in Bellevue. That's a large part of the reason there's some areas in Bellevue on the south side of Bellevue that have a lot cheaper options for condos, and so that brings down that median value a little bit. But you know, Bellevue and Redmond, both pretty expensive. You know, if you're living over here, you're looking to move over here, these are two of the most expensive areas in Washington that you can look into. Bellevue is really number one most expensive, and Redmond's right up there too in the top few. So these are the home prices right now. Like I said, if you want updates on Redmond or Bellevue, if you're watching this down the road, feel free to let me know, comment down below, whatever. So in terms of the school districts, now generally the rule of thumb is the further east you go here, the better the school districts are. So all the school districts on the east side are very good. Now, according to niche.com, which ranks the school districts around here, Bellevue is rated number 2 in the state of Washington. And Redmond, which is in the Lake Washington School District, that is rated number 4. So you really can't go wrong either way. They're both great districts. Bellevue is rated a tad bit higher, but they're both very, very good districts. So that's what attracts a lot of people over here. Aside from jobs and the nice areas and the nice neighborhoods, aside from that, there are great schools, so that attracts a lot of people over here. Outside of the public schools, there are also some private school options available around here. So if that's something you're considering, you want your kids to go to private school, but you don't want to commute, no problem. There's some great private schools in the Bellevue Redmond area that you won't have to commute very far to. So some of the top employers in Bellevue include Amazon and Packard, and T-Mobile headquarters are on the south side of Bellevue. Overlake Hospital is a large employer. It's a great hospital. We've been there a couple of times. Very nice staff. Great recommendations about that hospital. Those are some of the largest employers in the Bellevue area. Aside from that, there are a ton of tech companies in Bellevue. A lot of companies that the average person would not know of. I mean, we know Amazon, Facebook, Google, all the big ones, Apple, stuff like that. There are tons of other smaller tech companies in Bellevue that employ a lot of people, that offer great jobs. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you're in the tech industry, Bellevue is a great spot to be, especially downtown. A lot of those employers are located downtown. In Redmond, kind of some of the biggest employers you have are Microsoft. That's where Microsoft headquarters are. That's number one. Outside of that, Facebook and Nintendo have offices there as well. Some, like I said, some other smaller tech companies and some other options around Redmond as well. So strong employers in both of these areas. Like you probably know, they're very tech-centric. So that's attracting a lot of people from out of state that are moving over here for tech jobs. Bellevue and Redmond is super attractive for that because of the easy commute time. If you're working in Bellevue and you're living in Bellevue or Redmond, you're not going to have to deal with a terrible commute like some people living in Seattle and living on that, or some people working in Seattle and living on the outskirts that have to try to get into Seattle every day. Not nearly as bad if you're just trying to get into Bellevue or Redmond and you're living pretty close in one of those cities. All right, so let's jump back into the map here, show you around a little bit more, give you a good idea of kind of what to expect here with these cities. So like I said, Bellevue is right here. So when I was talking about the south side of Bellevue, where there's kind of some cheaper options for condos and whatnot, we're talking about right in here, the Factoria area. So this is the I-90, I-405 interchange right here, Factoria. So T-Mobile headquarters are right here, right along the freeway. And there are some cheaper options down in this area of Bellevue versus kind of the north side. So Medina and Clyde Hill on the north side are very expensive areas to go if you're looking to live in Bellevue. So you have to evaluate kind of what your budget is, what you're looking for, whether that's a single family residential home or you're looking for a condo. But definitely evaluate the specific neighborhoods of Bellevue to decide what you want to do. Usually on the north side, like I said, a bit more expensive than south side Factoria area. So right in here, Bellevue is great for shopping. So if you need to go, to the mall or you want to just go to the downtown scene, Bellevue is where you're going to go. Personally, to me, I prefer it way over Seattle. Bellevue is much cleaner to Seattle. It's just a much better environment. It's got great restaurants. I typically don't go to Seattle because I just try to avoid it because there's some issues in the downtown area itself. So if you're kind of taking the family down, you want to go bowling, you want to go to a movie, you want to go back to school shopping to the mall there, Bellevue is probably my top recommendation for this area for that. Definitely high on the list. It's a great area to go. But like I said, Bellevue Square is right here, right along 8th Street and Bellevue Way. So they've got all the regular stores that you'd think of, especially for the younger generation, like the Zara's and the H&M and the Gap and all that kind of stuff. It's a 2-story mall, so a lot to do in terms of shopping there. So like I said, this is the whole downtown area here in Bellevue. You can see the sky rises. They've got, like I said, Amazon offices here. There are condos in some of these sky rises. Downtown Bellevue Park right here is a good spot to go to hang out on the day when it's a nice day. And there are lots and lots of great restaurants here in Bellevue. So if you're just looking to spend a day, explore a city, Bellevue's high on the list. You can go shopping, you can check out some great restaurants, you can hang out at the park. A lot you can do in Bellevue here in terms of recreation and just spending a day. So if you're somebody that's, in terms of the living situation, if you're looking to live somewhere that's kind of that city life living, kind of that later night, checking out bars and clubs, or you just kind of want that nightlife scene, something that doesn't go to bed necessarily as early, and maybe a younger demographic, Bellevue can be a great spot for that versus Redmond is much more like subdivision living. It's not nearly as a poppin' vibe downtown or anything like that. So kind of a stark difference. Now there's plenty of areas in Bellevue as well, whether you go to the north side, like I said here, or you go to the further east side of Bellevue or south of Bellevue, just outside of downtown. There's plenty of great subdivision living as well. So that's not to detract you from buying in Bellevue if you're not looking for kind of city living, but just know that's really close. And if that's something you do want, Bellevue could be a good option for you. So scrolling back out here, like I said, you take 520 all the way over here to Redmond. So Redmond has a little downtown area itself. It's got, you know, some restaurants, not nearly obviously as much shopping and restaurants as Bellevue does. But it, you know, it has a lot to offer as well. It's Redmond Town Center, so there's a little mall there. It's kind of like an outdoor mall. You walk around, all the stores are inside, obviously, but the main common walkway areas are outside. And they have a little ice skating rink. Last time I was down there for the, you know, the Christmas time. And they've got some stores down there, like I said, not nearly as many as Bellevue, but it's still a good place to check out. We've been there many times, gone shopping, got some food. There's some good restaurants over there. So definitely Redmond is something that you could check out, even if you're looking for just something to do during the day. Microsoft campus is right up here, like I had mentioned. Now, one of my favorite spots in Redmond is Marymore Park. So this is right on the Lake Sammamish. So Marymore Park has sports fields, so if you have kids that are in sports events, likely they could be playing here. I played soccer here growing up, some other sports as well that they play here, baseball, tennis, that kind of stuff. So outside of that, they have a great dog park here at Marymore Park. So it's kind of a looped trail. You can let your dog off leash. You can walk around the loop trail. There's little spots they can go in here, and the dogs can jump in and go swimming for a little bit, throw the tennis ball, that kind of stuff. It's a really great area for that. But like I said, you know, the Redmond area does definitely feel like you're living in a suburb a lot more than Bellevue itself. There's not really many waterfront homes in Redmond. There's a few right here on Lake Sammamish, but outside of that, you're going to have a little bit more suburban type feel versus Bellevue. There's a lot of waterfront homes right here along Lake Washington. Like I said, Medina is a really expensive area. Anywhere here close to the water in Bellevue, a lot of great luxury waterfront homes. So if that's something you're looking for a waterfront home, Bellevue would probably be a preference for you in terms of that. But you know, they're both great areas. They're both close to water. They're both close to recreation. Commuting times, as long as you're not going into Seattle. Even if you're going into Seattle, I mean, it's not as bad as some of the other areas commuting outside too. But it's not going to be easy if you're taking I-90 or you're taking 520 bridge. Either way, you're gonna have a bit of a commute to get in there to Seattle. So take that into account. Kind of check commute times for what time of the day you might be going. If you have a question on that, you're wondering, hey, I'm taking a job here in Seattle, I want to live in Bellevue or Redmond, I'm going to be commuting at these times, and you want an idea of what that commute might look like, reach out to me, let me know. I can give you an idea of kind of what that commute could look like to, you know, better help make your decision on that. All right, well, this wraps up my Bellevue versus Redmond video. So like I said, in summary, if you're looking for something for more city living, you're okay paying a little higher premium on real estate prices, Bellevue could be a great option for you. Looking for waterfront homes, looking for condos, Bellevue could be a great spot. Redmond is a great area as well. It feels a little bit more like subdivision, typical subdivision living. You're still close to Lake Sammamish, so close to recreation and everything, but doesn't quite have the city kind of nightlife that Bellevue has. Either way, even if you're living in Redmond, it's so quick to get down to Bellevue if you just want to go down for a night on a Friday or Saturday night and have some nightlife there and then just go back home in Redmond. That's fine too. I mean, you're close enough, but they offer a little bit different things. Bellevue's a little bit more expensive, but both great areas, both highly recommended, great schools, things like that. So if you've got any questions on either one of these areas, or you want me to compare any of these cities to another city like Kirkland or Bothell or Sammamish or Issaquah, feel free to let me know. You can reach out to me here at my info on the screen, or you can just send me a comment here down below this video. And if you've got questions on moving over here, what it's like living over here, or you want some help with the home buying process, you're going to be looking at moving over here and buying a home, feel free to reach out to me as well. I'd be more than happy to assist you with that, guide you through the process, and see how I can make your transition easier for you over here. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.